students, so we learned about today, we are learning about that in learning target, I can apply knowledge how material can block the light. And I can create a dark area by using different materials. So I want to know about your prior knowledge. That's how do you know about what kind of materials block the light and what kind of materials do not block the light. What do you know already about it? So who will tell me? Yes, Alia, go ahead and tell me what do you know about it.
So a table and like a table and some boxes on the side, it could be dark.
So if you use a table and you can put the boxes at the side of the table, so
Yeah,
it can
like cardboard pieces from a box and glue it onto the table.
Okay.
And then you could, one part could be open and then
It can block the cardboard
Yeah.
material
it could
there,
be
and it will block the light. So yeah, so she earlier told me that the cardboard material, if you will put from the both sides of the table, so it will block the light inside. So any other person who can tell me what the other materials you know can block the light? Yes, Harvey, can you tell me please?
lock the curtains and lock the door and lock the light.
Okay, if you will turn off the light, close the door and close the curtain, so that will make the area darker in the room, right? Okay, what other ideas do you have for blocking the light? What the other materials block the light? Yes, Maya, go ahead.
Foam.
Foam. So where you will put the foam material for blocking the light? What do you think?
We could like put it like on the windows.
You will put the foam material to the window. So that will block the light? The light will not come inside?
No.
Okay. Perfect. And what the other materials you guys know that it is blocking the light? Actually, Angel, yeah, go ahead please.
When you get like a big table and put blankets around it and shut the lights, it will be dark.
So it means you will put the big table and put the blankets around. So on the top. So it will make the blankets will make the area darker inside, right?
Yeah.
Okay, great. The blankets make the area darker
What if the
inside.
blanket has holes in it?
So maybe it will not block the light. The blanket have holes, so it will not block the light.
I-
But if
I do have a blanket like that has tiny little diamonds.
yeah, because if there is a hole in the blanket, so the sun rays can go inside. It will not block the light,
I can see it.
right? And what about just volume? What do you know about?
I just
Oliver, right?
It's not just a projector blocks the light.
Projector. That is a very good
It's
material.
behind it, but there's a shadow.
Yeah, it is a shadow. So behind it is a shadow, and the projector is blocking the light. Wonderful.
And the anchor charts.
The anchor chart.
see the shadow.
But yeah, but this is a paper material. It will partially block the light, not the fully blocking the light, right?
Because it's white paper.
Yeah, white paper, it will not fully blocking the light. Yes, go ahead. You tell me.
Metal.
Metal. Metal will block the light.
Yes.
Okay.
But ice can.
Ice.
I
Ice
said
can.
ice can't.
Ice can't. Yeah, the ice cannot block the light, but the metal material is a
And-
very thick material. It can block the light, right?
And the rug can.
Rug. Yeah, the rug is a very all right. So the rug is a very hard actually. So it can block the light also. If you will put the rug in some area, so it can block the light fully also. Yes, go ahead.
And cardboard can block.
Cardboard. Right, the cardboard is a very thick material also. It will fully block the light. Yes. All right. Great job.
Not thunder.
All right, students. So today we will learning about the NGSS practice standard number 1, 2, and the 3. So NGSS practices, the practice 1 standard is asking questions and defining problems. And practice 2, developing and using models. Practice 3, planning and carrying out investigations. So this is the standard we will cover today, the 3 standards, the standard number, the practice standard 1, 2 and 3. So we will cover these standards in today's lesson. So investigating blocking light. So in this lesson we will investigate about blocking the light. So how the different materials will block the light. So the learning target is I can apply knowledge how material can block the light. And I can create a dark area by using different materials. So these are the 2 learning targets that we are going to apply in today's lesson. The first of all is I can apply knowledge how material can block the light. So we use a different use the different materials in order to identify which material block the light and which materials don't block the light. And I can create a dark area by using different materials. So some materials can block the light and it make the surface area darker. And some materials do not block the light and it does not make the area darker. For example, we use different materials over here. That is the cardboard material. We will use that one in a lesson. The second material is foil material, and we will use in this lesson too. The third one is the tinted material. The fourth one is, we use the cardboard already, and the fourth one we will use, that is the transparent material. And the next one is the foam material we will use in today's lesson, and that is the wax paper. So we will use the wax paper material also in our lesson, and we will identify that these materials will block the light or not. So the light will come this way and we will put the material in between like this way. So the light will come this way and we put the material here. So we will check over here in this surface. So that will be the plain surface here in this side from my left hand side. It is a plain surface, so it will show up the surface is dark or not. So we will investigate the surface area is darker or not by using the different kind of materials, right? Hi, today's lesson is about investigating blocking the light. So in this lesson we will investigate what materials block the light and what materials don't block the light. So first of all we will figure out what the engineers do, what steps the engineers do to do some experiment and figure out the materials which block the light and which does not. So what engineers do? First of all, engineers plan, make, test and learn. So first of all, they plan how they will do an experiment. The planning is the first step. And the second step is making. So they have to collect the materials, whatever are required for the experiment. And the third step is test. So they will test their experiment that what materials block the lights and what is not. So they have to do some experimentation. And after that, they learn through the experiment that the experiment is correct or not. So, and they learn after the experimentation. So that the engineers do. So yesterday you guys visited from the school. You visited the school from inside and outside, and you observed different sources of lights. And I write it down over here and make a list that you guys told me about the different sources of light you observed inside and outside the school. So these are the different sources of sun, the traffic light, candles, bulbs or the firefly's light, some students told me, the lanterns, phone or the flashlight, and that is the light sticks, glow sticks, street lights, tablet lights, the light in the swimming pool, computer lights, fire alarm, stars have some lights too. When you're on the TV, there are lights. When you open the microwave or the refrigerator, so there are the lights also over there in the microwave and refrigerator. There are some flashlights, have lights, the headlights from the cars, from the trucks, and campfire. When you will do the campfire, there's the fire lights over there too. So these are the different sources of lights, and we need to investigate which, if these sources of lights block some material and does not block the material. So we want to know which materials these lights block and which materials don't. So in order to investigate, I am going to show you this book. This is the book is about engineering with light and sound. So I will read the pages about this book. So I'm going to read this page of the book. So that is designing things that block light or let light pass through. So the engineers design different things. So the light can block in the material, and some lights does not block the material. What the engineer says, designing things that block light or let light pass through. So the light can pass through in some materials, and it does not pass in certain materials. So sometimes engineers need to block light. Light comes from sources, and I discussed the different sources over here already, the different sources. So from sources, and it gets to the different surfaces. The light comes from the different sources, and it gets to the different surfaces. To block light, engineers put material between the light source and the surface that they want to make the darker. So engineers use the different materials in between, so the light will not pass that material and it will block the light. The different materials block different amounts of light, and engineers may want to block all the light and some of the light or none of the light. Sometimes they use the hard material, the different kind of materials that I show you, which materials are that fully block the lights, and it's partial block the lights, or it's not blocking the lights. So the light that is not blocked passes through the material to the other side. Engineers think about what materials to use when they are designing solutions. So the engineers designs different kind of solutions because the engineers design the bridges, the buildings, the houses, the different things the engineers design, and they use different kind of materials for blocking the light. Sometimes they like to block the fully lights. So what kind of material they use? They use the hard material to fully block the light. If they like to use, if they like to partial block the light, so they use the light material. And if they don't like to block the light, they use the tinted material, the plastic material, the glass material, so that material will not block the light. So so this is the engineers do while they make the buildings or bridges or houses or different kind of stuff when the engineers make to use the different kind of materials that has been discussed in this book. And I show you, this is the cards as I'm showing you, that's the different materials. If you will see here, this is the foam. That is the foam. So the foam material block the lights, right? Are you guys agree? The foam materials block the light. And the next material is foil. And the foil materials also block the light because it is partially block the light, not fully. So the next is the wax paper. So do you think the wax paper is a very light paper? So it cannot block the light, right? You guys agree? Okay, and then cardboard. So if you will see the cardboard material, that is a very thick material. So if you will put the cardboard material on the window, so it will fully block the light, right? The next is a clear plastic. The clear plastic is just a very clear plastic, so the light can easily pass through from the clear plastic. And the tinted plastic, is a partial blocking the light, not fully blocking the light. The half light can block and half lights cannot block. So these are the few materials the engineers use during construction, and for fully blocking the lights, partial blocking the lights, or not blocking the lights. All right. This is a ELL learner, and I'm using the different vocabulary words of the science lesson to teach her. So, I'm using the different vocabulary words for the ELL learner, so she can understand the key concepts easily. So, in the science lesson, we use the word block.
Block.
Right?
Yeah.
So we use the word block. So what it means, the block. The block means
Like when you're done for school and you play toys, and then there's like these, they have letter on them and the blocks, and you make castles.
okay. So these are the blocks you said. So block means in the science, the block means to block the things. For example, this is the cardboard, right? And if the light will come over here, and if there's a cardboard, so it will block the light. So the light will not go in this area. So that means block, right? Block the light. So that means the word block, right? And that is the word surface, right? Surface means, surface is this is the carpet surface, this is the stool surface. So that is the surface. So that is design. So design means the engineers design the different material to block the surface, right? So they use the different materials like foam, glass, tinted materials, or cardboard. They design the different materials to block the surface, right? So that is the word material. Material, different materials. So what kind of different materials the engineers use to block the surface?
Like schools and drive and like those things that you.
The different materials like glass,
Yeah.
like foam,
And then they make like a robot.
yeah. So they use the different materials to block the surface. So engineers, right? So that is the work engineer. Engineers who design the buildings, materials, who design the bridges and houses, right? Those called the engineers. And this is, the word is source. The source means different sources of material, like different materials, foam and wood and tinted materials like that. So, and this is, the word is observe. Observe means they have to observe, that they will observe the different things, right? If they are designing the different buildings and bridges and the different construction things, so they observe what the material they will use to block the light. If they like to block the light partially, they block the light fully, or they don't want to block the light. So they think about the material, they observe the situation, and then they design the material according to this, right? So we will write down these words over here so that you can understand better. So we will write down the words here to observe. Observe, right? That is the word observe, that the scientists observe, right? Another word, I write it down over here, source. Source, right? And another word is design. So these are the words we are using right? And you can write down these words in your notebook to understand what the observe mean, right? What does the source mean? What does the design mean, right? So you have to write down these words in your notebook. All right? Did you get it? Okay, thank you.
Yeah, come, Mr. B.
This is a learner that she can understand the science concept very easily by doing the experiment. So I got some material so she can do experiment to understand the key concepts and the concept of the blocking the light very easily. So that's why I got the material over here that we focused in the lesson before. That is the cardboard, foil, this is the foam, and that is the clear plastic, that is the tinted plastic, and that is the wax paper. So Javi, what we do, this is the wax paper. So I will put the wax paper over here, and you will see, you will use the flashlight, and then we will, and you have to notice that the light will pass over here on this board or no. So can you sit over here please, and then I will put the wax paper here and then the cardboard, and use the flashlight and see the light can pass here. You can see the light over here. Yes, so that means the wax paper cannot block the light, right? And I use another, this is the foam material. So if you will use the light, put the light, the flashlight here, and if you will see the light, can you see the light over here on the whiteboard? No. So that means the foam material is, the light cannot pass from the foam material, right? And the third one is the foil material. That's the foil material. So can you put the flashlight here, and you see the light over here on the board or no? No. So that means the foil paper blocked the light fully. Alright, and the next is a tinted paper. If did you see the light over here from the, this is the tinted paper. Did you see the light over here on the whiteboard? Yes? Yes, so that means it can pass the light fully, right? It cannot block the light. The next is a cardboard. So that is a cardboard material, and if you will put the flashlight here, and you will see the light over here or no? No, because the cardboard fully blocked the light, right? It will fully block the light. If you will see, did you see the light over here in the board? No. So that the cardboard fully blocked the light. So the last one is the tinted paper. The last plastic paper is the tinted paper. So if I will go with this one here, and if you will see, the tinted, this is a tinted paper, it blocked the light or no? It blocks the light or no?
No.
It partially blocks the light, right? Because that is a tinted paper, it's a black color paper. And if you will pass the light, so you will see it's partially blocked the light, right? It partially blocked the light. A little bit. So now we proved that the some material, the cardboard material blocked the light, the foil material blocked the light, the foam material block the light too, but the wax paper do not block the light. The clear plastic paper, it does not block the light, and the tinted paper is partially block the light, right? So these are the investigation we did by using this flashlight. And come over here. And did you understand the concept that we did the that we did experiment today about which materials block the lights and which material does not? Do you understand by using this experiment?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. This is a learner who can understand the scientific material by understanding real life. So in the real life, I'm informing him how to understand the material who blocks the lights or not. So this is the glass material in the window. So if you will see, there is a sunlight outside. So this is the glass material in the window. Block the sunlight or no?
No.
No, because this is a glass. The sunlight can easily pass from the glass, and the classroom is very bright, right? So that is not a material. The glass material do not block the sunlight. But if I will put, this is a cardboard. This is a small piece of cardboard. But if there is a big piece of cardboard, if it will block the whole window. So what do you think? It will block the light or no?
Yes.
Yes, it will block the light because the cardboard always block the light. And if there is, this is a paper material, this is a white paper. So if I will put the paper material on the window, and it will be covered from all the windows. So it will be fully block the light or no?
No.
It will partial block the light or not blocking the light at all.
Not blocking the light.
Not blocking the light because this is the paper material and the paper does not block the light from the windows. Right, and that is the blinds actually over there. If I will use these kind of blinds here, so what do you think? These blinds block the light or no?
Yes.
Yes, it will fully block the light, right? Okay. This is the door actually, and if this is a wooden door, and if we will open the door, so the light can come easily, right? And if we will close the door, so what do you think? The light can come inside the classroom or no?
No.
No. Why? Because that is a wooden material and a very strong door. And if you close the doors, so the light will not come inside the class, right? Did you get it?
Yes.
All right. Thank you. So in this worksheet, it is about diagramming how a material blocks light. So direction is complete the diagram to show a dark area. So we learned today about how the light source will interact with the material and how it will affect on the surface. So the surface will be darker or the surface will be lighter. So maybe it will, the cause and effect actually. If the light will come on the material, so it will make the surface darker. And sometimes we use them with different material, so it will make the surface not dark. Right? For example, let's we use the material here as a transparent paper, right? So if the transparent paper we will put in between, so light will come in this side that we already experimented before. So the light source will come in this side, so it will not block the light, and the surface will be not dark, right? So if we will use the material, that is the foam material. So if we will use the foam material in between the light source, so this light will be coming on this material, and it will block the light fully, and the area will be dark here, right? So, and we use the material over here, the foil material. So the foil material also block the light. You guys realize that if you will put the foil material here, so the light source will go on it. It will block the light, and the area will be darker. So the last one that we use, so we will use the cardboard material, and the cardboard material, you guys understand that it fully block the light, and it will put that material in between. The light will come this side, it will fully block the light, and the surface area will be dark. So what you guys need to do, you will put the arrows over here, and then you guys will color this area to show the material, right? So you will color this area if you will put the brown cardboard over here, so you will put the brown color in this area. And then you have to, the area will be darker, the surface is darker. So you put the black color over here, so it will show, you use the brown color will show the cardboard material you used over here. So use the brown color here, and then the surface area is darker, so use the black color over here. So it will be show up in this picture, how the material is blocking the light and how the surface look like. It make it darker, so use the black color here. Now students, this is the time we will start working on your worksheet that I show you how you guys did this one. This is a worksheet that we use, so you have to color the material, the brown here and then the black, and then I showed you, you have to write down at the back of the paper, right? So go ahead and start working on it. Yeah, so you have to,
Do I start watching?
so you need to use the materials, and we use the material like the cardboard here, right?
Yeah.
So this is the cardboard material we use that is blocking the light, right? So use the brown color for the material that is blocking the light, and then use the surface is a dark, right? It makes the surface darker. So use the black color to make the surface darker, right?
Okay, so I just made some lines to make it actually look like white cardboard.
Yes.
Like cardboard thing.
Alright, so Olivia, go ahead and use the material here. That is the brown material, because we are using this cardboard here, using the cardboard for blocking the material, right? So use the brown color in between, and it makes the surface darker. So what color you will use to make the surface darker?
This gray, and then sometimes I have to push hard to get the black.
Black, yeah. So because the surface is darker, so you use the black color to make the surface darker. And for the cardboard material that is blocking the surface, the light will not pass to the other side, so you will use the brown material. That is great. And you can draw the arrows over here also.
Okay.
So it will show that the light is going that way. So like this, so you can do the arrows like that. So like this, right? So you will use the arrows like this way. The light is moving from the surface, and then it will go over here and it will make the area more darker. So it will, the arrows are showing the light is going from this way to that way, right? Alright, Alia, can you show me the worksheet right now, what you did? Alright, so that is the arrows is showing the light, and that is the brown in between color, and at the end you did the dark to make the area darker. Alright, great. So at the back of the worksheet, you guys will see engineer's notes explaining the dark part of the surface. So you experimented already about the darker and the lighter part of the surfaces. Now you have to write down your observation on this piece of paper. So you have to write down, look back at the page 13 to see what you wrote about your cutout. So explain how your cutout made the surface look dark. So you have to write it down over here, like I used cardboard cutout and it made the surface dark. So you guys use the cutout of the cardboard and you use that one in front of the light, and it made the area darker at the back. So you already experimented that, so that's why you guys need to write it down on this worksheet about your observation, like I used cardboard cutout and it made the surface dark. So you guys now go ahead and write it down in your own words. That's how did you observe during the experiment by using the cardboard material and how it made the surface area darker. Alright students, so now at the back of the paper, so you have to write down about your observation. Alright, so at the back of the paper, write down about your observation. What did you write down? Can you show me over here? So it is over here that you have to write down, explain how your cutout made the surface look darker, right? So what did you write it down? What did you write it down over here? Can you tell me? Can you tell me what did you write on here?
I use cardboard cut out and it made the surface dark.
Yeah. So it made the surface dark because you used the brown paper in between to make the surface dark, right? So, for example, if you will use the surface, use the material like a different one that I show you, like a transparent material. If I will use that kind of material, that is a transparent material. So it will block the light or no? No, right? It will not block the light because it can pass the light very easily, right? And what about that this piece of paper? That is the foam material. How do you feel? It is blocking the light or no? Yes, yeah, it will block the light, right? It cannot pass the light over here, right? So you use the cardboard material, so it will block the light from the other side, right? All right. All right. So, did you see over on the whiteboard, and what did you write it down here? Can you tell me how your cutout made the surface look darker?
It made.
So you use the material in between the light, and the light is coming this way, and the material is here. So if you use the material that is the foil material, if you put the foil material here and the light will come this way, so it will block this surface darker or lighter?
Darker.
Darker, right? Why?
Because it's not like see-through.
Yeah. It is not a see-through, and it will block the light fully here, right? And it will block the area from this surface. So it will be dark or the light, this area?
Dark.
Dark, right? So, and what about if I use another material, that is the black tinted material, right? If the black tinted material, if I use in between, and for example, the light is coming this way, right? So how about from the other side? The other side will be darker or not?
No.
No. Why not?
Because it's mostly see-through.
It is a see-through and and then?
And we could like see other things.
Yeah. So the light can easily pass through or no? Yes, right? So the light can easily pass through from here. It will not block the light, and the surface will be dark or no? Not dark, right? So go ahead and write it down that you use a material, tinted material, and that does not make the surface dark, right? So you do use a different material. All right? Now this is the worksheet. So I draw the columns over here, and it says the testing materials. So the directions are for each material: circle yes if the material blocked light, or circle no if the material did not block light. So this is the first column. There is the materials, and the second column there is did the material block light? Yes. So you have to circle yes or no. So the first material is cardboard, so you have to circle yes or no. Clear plastic, foam, foil, tinted plastic, and wax paper. So you have to circle here from yes or no. The cardboard block the light, yes or no. Clear plastic block the light, yes or no. Foam and foil and tinted plastic and wax paper. So you have to circle yes or no if these materials block the light or no. Okay? So, you go ahead and start working on that paper, please. Alright students, so now you guys need to tell me which materials block the light and which materials do not. There are the two columns. The first column has a materials listed, and the second column has yes or no. So you have to circle yes or no. If the material block the light, circle yes. If the material do not block the light, so you have to circle no. So you have to, these are the materials in the first column, and the second column is did the material block light, yes or no? So is it in the cardboard? It's block the light, yes or no? The cardboard is a brown material. So it is blocking the light or no? So just click and then clear plastic. That's very clear. So it is blocking or yes or no? Alright. So what about the foam material? The foam material block the light or not? Yes. Go ahead. Alright. So just go ahead and do the rest of them. And what about you? What about the foam material? Block the light, yes or no? No. The foam material is a very thick material, right? So it is blocking Oliver. So you're done with this? Okay. So let me know. That's Oliver. So just tell me which material is blocking and which material is not. What about the foil materials? Block the light, yes or no?
I think yes, because it'll just bounce right off because it is not clear.
Okay, perfect. So what about the tinted plastic?
No, because it sort of passes through because it's plastic.
All right, great. And what about that wax paper?
No, because
It's very thin, right? Okay, so
thin things don't really block light.
don't worry about the light. Perfect. Great.
Cardboard, yes. Cardboard definitely yes.
Cardboard, yes. And what about that? The clear plastic said no. Okay, perfect.
Anything that's plastic, that's see-through?
Plastic is see-through, right?
Yeah.
All right. Wonderful. All right. You have to tell them which material block the light and which material not. And you have to say yes or no.
But I don't know what they say.
Okay, so
I don't know what these say.
all right. So you are done with this? Julius?
Yes.
So this story.
Cardboard, yes.
With the clear plastic.
No.
No. Okay. And what about the foam?
Yes.
Okay. Foil.
Foil, no.
Okay. The tinted plastic.
No.
All right. And the wax paper. Wax paper is a very small thin material. It's
So I circle no.
okay. Perfect. So go ahead and complete the rest of your worksheet. This is the exit ticket that you guys need to work on. So the exit ticket, this is the light passing through materials. So you guys already observed the different materials the light can passing through it. So that is a material or object and how much light passes through. So you will circle one. That is a paper material. So the light will pass through the some, none or all. So you have to circle one of them. That is some. And then what did the surface behind the materials looks like? So that is a light surface, the dark surface, or a very dark surface. So you have to color the material over here, right? So in the exit ticket, you guys need to tell me, and you guys need to write down the name of the material here. You have to circle one of them. That is, some light will pass through the material, none of the light will pass, or all the light will pass, and then you have to color the material over here. And then I will know you guys understand about the investigation of the materials and how the light will pass through in the different kinds of material. So you guys will not ask anything to anyone. Just write down the material here. You have to circle one of them and then color the material here. So then you guys will understand completely that how the light passes through. And after receiving the exit ticket, I will know how you guys understand, what materials you guys understand and what things you guys don't understand. Alright? So go ahead and start working on it, please. Alright students, so today today you guys investigated about how the different materials block the light. So, and I showed you the different materials, the 6 different materials I showed you, and you investigated how the different materials block the light. Some materials block the light and some materials do not. And you guys experimented already by using the different materials, and I gave you the worksheet, and you completed the front and the back part of the worksheets, and you write it down and record your observation, how the materials are blocking the light and which materials don't block the light. So now this is the time to check your understanding. For checking your understanding, I am using, this is the exit ticket, right? For the last few minutes, you have to complete this exit ticket. And in this exit ticket, you have to, I will know how you guys understand the investigation of blocking the light. So in the, I show you what this exit ticket show. I will just tell you what you need to do, and just you have to complete the exit ticket, and you have to turn in the blue bin at the back. And after that, I will check it, and I will know how you guys understand this. Alright students, so now you guys need to work on the exit ticket.
I finished.
Okay, that's fine. So the other students are still working on it.
Do I color this?
Yeah. So the first one you have to, the first column write the material. The second column you have to circle one of them, and in the third column you have to color the material.
All of it? All means all of it?
Yeah, all of them. So if the light will completely pass, or if the light did not pass, none of them. If the sunlight will pass, so you will do. Okay. So this is the exit ticket. So I want you guys to work on it by yourself, and I will just walk around and look how you guys doing. All right, go ahead and do your exit.
Finish.
Use the crayons and color over here, please. The foil material. You use the foil material. So just tell me how it works. Yeah, the gray color is good. That's fine. The black color is good.
White. I would just put white.
So I'm not telling you anything, guys. This is the exit ticket. You guys do by yourself. When you guys done, and put it over there on the bin at the end. Okay? Quietly working on it.
You don't
You don't do anything over there, please.
I'm done.
Okay, just